Hi guys, I wanna tell you about the beautiful games called Hogwarts Legacy. The announcement of Hogwarts Legacy in September 2020 caused a real cognitive dissonance. On the one hand, there was no games in the magical world a whole decade, and on the other hand, the development was entrusted to Avalanche Software, who were involved in the Disney Infinity series and other games for Disney, and had no experience in AAA games, even in the open world. By the time the first reviews were published, no one believed that the result the developers would cope with the tasks, at least with certain nuances. A gifted high school student accompanied by a mentor and a representative of the Ministry of Magic heads to Hogwarts to learn magic and manage his talents. Halfway to school, an incident occurs during which another hero's talent is revealed, to seek lots of ancient magic. Almost no one knows about its existence. A 15-year-old newcomer who is immediately enrolled in the 5th year quickly attracts the attention of teachers and students. Such a plot move allowed the developers to immediately plunge the player into the maelstrom of events, without preludes in the form of the first years of study, and also made it possible to tell a more about adult story than the adventures of first graders. And yet, we are at school, so we will have to pass the academic difference and combine the lessons of magic with an investigation into the intentions of the main villain. This will be a main occupation throughout the game. Story quests cover both training and investigation. Often you can even choose what to do first. Another type of activity is the instruction of teachers. They should be completed to learn new spells. Some are required to progress through the story. As a rule, these tasks consist of collecting resources or defeating enemies in the specified way. After fulfilling the conditions, we return to the teacher and perform a simple minigame to learn the spell and immediately test what we learned on the mannequin. There are not many spells, but this is the main argument in battles, and also potions. You have to actively use them and switch between their sets, which looks particular during the battle, but the gameplay itself slides into chaos, due to the not very convenient way to switch these sets. Also, in some locations, you need to use non-combat skills to feed animals or equip your own room. Sometimes it seems that Hogwarts Legacy is not completed, especially in details that spoil the overall impression of the game a little. For example, interactions with some objects or dialogues start through a black screen, dimming. Even just to pet a cat, the script is turned on through dimming the screen. And there are a lot of cats here and I want to play with everyone, so imagine the scale of the problem. There are also bugs, but nothing critical, and their number does not exceed the norms for the typical open world game. In over 30 hours, the game crashed once and had to restart from a checkpoint one more time, and that was it. Separately, I want to note that the control of the broom is normal when you just need to fly to the required point on the map, but when it comes to competitions, I'm sure the developers left the best of the control options, but this is the element of the game that will cause the most pain. But the main thing is that most of the flaws are not critical. Yes, you pay attention to them point-wise when you notice, but after a second you already forget when the majestic castle of the school appears on the screen, or the mysterious forbidden forest shrouded in thick of fog, or the cheerful town of Hogsmeade in which every day is a holiday. Although the events of Hogwarts Legacy take place 100 years before the history of Harry Potter, the castle itself has remained virtually unchanged. The first minutes and even hours of the game make you want to just walk around the school, look at pictures, turn globes, visit different classes and observe the life of students. The attention to detail is incredible, as the most amount of detail in the frame. It's hard for me to imagine the amount of work done. Every inch of the castle is handmade. When we come to class, we are shown a small screensaver of students in the process of learning, how they make progress or fail tasks. Someone learns to control a broom, someone sits by the fountain and catches butterflies. Sentinels beat each other, a magic pony trims the bushes, and somewhere on the horizon, students compete in speed on broomsticks. The surrounding settlements are done with the same level of attention to detail and the sense of magic of these places. Hogsmeade really looks like a bustling city, and when your personality visit to the candy store or the Audi shop, you understand why Harry classmates were so happy when they got the opportunity to visit his magical place. Ollivander's shop and 3 oil-bearer broomsticks are also in place. The entire game is accompanied by music that is not inferior to the soundtrack of John Williams for films, but I was finally convinced of the love of the developers for the series by that sound when using Lumos, which sounded with DualSense. That's where the real magic is. As a lover of game photography, he constantly remembered the developers with a kinda quiet word for the lack of a photo mode, or at least the ability to turn off the entire game interface with one menu item. While studying the game, you'll understand how to solve this or that puzzle, open an enchanted door or chest, so please, do not immediately run to the internet for any hint. Give yourself and the game some time. The same goes for collecting collectibles and notes. You will constantly run around the school and the surrounding area and gradually collect the necessary things. If you find an interesting item and there is no interaction with it, just wait for the story quest and return to the old place. All interesting places are recorded on the map, so you can easily find them. Make sure to sell things you don't need to merchants, especially before story missions, which tend to be long and don't give you the opportunity to run to the store and dump excess luggage. So guys, Hogwarts Legacy has several technical problems and shortcomings, but it perfectly coped with the main thing, to convey the atmosphere of that very school of magic and witchcraft, and at least for a few hours made me believe in a fairy tale. For many, this will be enough. Thank you guys for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and bye.